summer's finally here, and tonight you'll probably switch on a fan or an AC, fall asleep in the cool air, and not give it a second thought. Fantastic. But what about the other 99% of human history where none of these luxuries existed? This is how ancient humans survived extreme heat waves. For 300,000 years, your ancestors were living in places where temperatures regularly climbed above 100 degrees, sometimes for weeks at a time. East African savanna, Arabian Peninsula, the edge of the Sahara. No electricity, no fans, and no air conditioning. Just them versus the heat, and they didn't just survive it, they actually weirdly got good at not immediately getting a heat stroke. So you might be thinking, obviously the answer is just genetics, right? Ancient humans' bodies must have adapted, and evolution probably gave them some superhuman heat tolerance that we've lost over time. Well, congratulations, dear viewer, because if you thought that was the case, you'd be absolutely wrong. If you grabbed a modern human and an ancient human and threw them both into a 115-degree desert, their bodies would react exactly the same way. Their core temperature rises at the same rate, and their brain shuts down at the same point. Thermoregulation researcher Ollie Jay at the University of Sydney has spent decades studying this, and he's confirmed what should be obvious. Our heat tolerance hasn't changed in millennia, which means if they survived, they weren't surviving because of their bodies, they were surviving because of their brains. So picture this, you wake up near a rock outcrop and the walls around you are still cool from the night. You get dressed in light-colored, loose-fitting clothing made from plant fibers, and you cover your head. Not to trap warmth, but to keep your brain from cooking, because your brain is sensitive to temperature, and even a small rise can completely destroy your ability to make decisions. And you eat something light. Then you do something that would seem absolutely insane to most modern people. Nothing, literally. You sit in the shade for hours, and you let it cool down. Crazy concept, I know. Productivity culture would have an absolute breakdown. You exist as slowly as physically possible because moving makes you hotter than standing still. Every single movement your body makes generates internal heat, and the harder you work, the faster your core temperature climbs. Anthropologist Richard Potts at the Smithsonian has documented this across archaeological records and modern physiology. Your ancestors just observed and thought, so moving during the hottest part of the day kills people. So we're not going to do that. But here's the problem. If you stay in the shade all day, you're eventually going to die of thirst. So at some point, you had to make a choice. Stay in the shade and become a raisin, or leave it and try not to pass out. As the sun starts to lower, you finally get up, but you need water. You walk to the river, and when you get there, you do something that seems completely obvious until you understand why it works so well. You get in the water, and your whole body is submerged. The relief is almost instant. Water conducts heat away from your body faster than air ever could, and modern thermal imaging shows that submerging yourself in room temperature water can cool your core measurably in under 30 minutes. But here's where modern people mess this up. We jump into the coldest water possible, thinking, well, colder water must make me cool down faster. No, ice-cold water isn't always the fastest way to cool your core, and your body responds by tightening up and preventing heat loss. Your ancestors understood this without any thermometers or science. And then you drink some water mixed with salt, and you take small sips, not gulping. And here's the thing most people get wrong. Everyone thinks sweating is what saves you in the heat, but it doesn't. When you sweat, you lose water and lose enough of it, and your judgment jumps out the window, and then your body follows. In extreme heat, dehydration can kill you faster than the temperature itself. And so your ancestors didn't try to sweat it out. They stayed in the shade, they kept still, and when they needed to cool down, they used water. But water alone isn't enough. And without salt, your body can't actually hold on to it. Your ancestors didn't know the word electrolytes, and they didn't understand chemistry. They consumed salt deliberately during heat, and they ate foods rich in sodium. And they grasped something fundamental that we've somehow forgotten. That hydration means managing both water and minerals together. And as the sun sets, something remarkable happens, and the entire rhythm of life changes. Your ancestors didn't just fight through the day and rest at night like normal people. They reorganized their entire society around heat. Daytime was for minimal activity and rest, and nighttime was for work. You hunted at night, you gathered at night, and you built things at night because the temperature was tolerable and your brain actually worked. Night wasn't for sleeping, it was for working. So here's what actually happened. Your ancestors didn't evolve tougher bodies, they didn't get some genetic upgrade, and the answer wasn't biology. It was behavior, and they adapted their entire lifestyle to it. When they were active, where they lived, what they wore, what they ate, how much they moved, and how they related to water and to each other. Every single decision was designed to manage heat stress before it started, not to survive it after it had already won. Modern humans have abandoned every single one of these strategies, and we work through the hottest hours of the day in climate-controlled buildings. Luckily for us, we have access to ice and fans and air conditioners. Unluckily for us, we traded our freedom to work for hours on end and suffer endlessly until retirement. So, pick your poison, I guess.